your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Oops. Hello. Hi, everybody. I am waiting for my guest, Mr. Aidan Kearney, to give us the scoop, the update about the Karen Reed case, the trial, all that, the cover-up. I'm sure he'll be here momentarily, but in case he forgot, I wanted to still go live and say hello and kill some time while he arrives or doesn't. Okay, so here is something I got from the PO box. I opened the initial box that it came in just because it was so gigantic and there's no way I could have gotten the huge box on screen. I'm telling you, it was like bigger than my desk, basically. So I opened it and the box says Xenia. ZeniaProducts.com. I have not opened this box, and this was at my PO box. So here we go. I know for those of you joining that are like, "Where's Aidan? He's coming. I think. I hope." Okay, here we go. Ooh, oh my God! It's a bunch of fun like bath products. It looks like. How wholesome. Oh my God, this is like a whole. Oh my God, I'm going to be clean after this. I'll read the card. Oh, it's a baby card. The world welcomes its newest explorer. How cute. Chrissy, Frank, and the little bean. Congratulations. I'm a really big fan of yours, Chrissy, and I'm so excited for you and Frank. Oh, wishing you and your new baby boy lots of happy discoveries. Congratulations. These are some of our skincare products my mom and I make. You make? Jesus. Hope you enjoy. We both wish the best for you and the boys, Jessica and Patricia Hall. Oh my God, how lovely. This is like, I've never had anybody send me homemade bath products before. A bath tea, an exfoliating soap, sugar scrub, body buttercream. Ooh, it's paraben and toxin free, vegan, antioxidants, all natural products. That sounds right up my alley, yo. Oh my God, and everything's packaged in glass, which is very bougie in my opinion. Rejuvenating bath salts. Is this the kind that will get you a little kooky and wandering the streets of New York? I was about to smell it. Okay, I can't open this. Oh, it's got a plastic seal on it. Dirt. The little one is good. He is 11 weeks today. I should take a little picture of him on his mat, on his little measurement mat. Ooh! Smells like bath salts, all right. I don't even know what they're supposed to smell like, but it smells good. Oh, a rosemary and thyme soap. I guess it's time to wash myself. Very natural, chic, soapy looking. Ooh, what's this? Bath tea. Wow, I can just teabag myself. It's basically a tea bag full of different salts. Wow.
He'll be on in 15 minutes.
Ooh, he'll be on in 15 minutes. How exciting, guys. Yay, Aidan is coming. He will be here. Do not fret. Now I really want to take a bath and throw all these salts in there. A softening body oil. Ooh, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E. All good stuff. Oh my goodness. An unscented oat milk lotion. Another soap. It's green. Oh, that smells good. Aloe. Wow. Wow. Thank you, girls. Holy cow. A sugar scrub. A bath soap. Ooh. I can take a hint. I smell. Buttercream. Wow, this is awesome. Thank you, ladies. Incredibly thoughtful. More thoughtful than I deserve. Wow. Okay. Putting this away, wrapping it up. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Jessica and Patricia Hall. Very sweet. Very cool. Cool. I will use these and report back. Also, I wanted to tell you guys this. So I think it was either Sam or somebody else who sent me a bunch of gummies. I finally tried these Tetris gummies, gamer gummies. I guess they had melted at some point in their transit because I took it out and this is what we've got. It's just one slab of gummies. Has this ever happened to you guys? It's supposed to be Tetris pieces. Dun, 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 dun. And as you can see, because I'm a wild animal, I've already nibbled off the top of it. I started just not started just eating off of this one giant piece of gummy. So the Tetris aspect of this is no more, but it's still pretty good. It's just an old gummy slab. It's like, that's what it sounds like. Oh, maybe we could pop this one piece out. Okay. Oh. Okay, look. Popped one piece out. Looks disgusting, but tastes pretty good. How can you not eat a slab of gummies? And it's easy to just put back when you're done gnawing on it. You just, look. I don't know why I want to slap this on my face because it feels cold and smooth. Oh my God, he's here. I don't know. I no longer have to stretch for time. Too bad. You guys are not going to be able to watch me eat this slab of melted gummy. You know him. You love him. He's been on the show before. He'll be on the show again. Mr. Aidan Kearney, Dr. Turtle Boy.
Sorry about that. I got caught up. It's an insane schedule right now. I apologize.
I bet you look very sunburned. What happened?
It's like you're out in the sun all day. There's like 1,000, 2,000 people out there all day. I'm making the rounds, taking pictures with little kids. I mean, it's a mob scene down there, a great mob scene, but like I've never seen anything like it before. So yeah, basically you're out in the sun all day, just socializing, waiting for this verdict to come in. And it's just wild.
Where is everybody? For those who don't know, where is everybody gathered to hear this verdict? And when do you expect it'll be out?
Well, the closing statements were yesterday at around, they finished around like noon. And then the jury started deliberating. And so they've been deliberating for like 3 or 4 hours yesterday. And then today we were hoping that it would be done early because this is an easy case, in my opinion, and most people's opinion. And unfortunately, like there's way over 1,000 people there today. Like, and I'm talking like I shared some videos on my Twitter of like these little girls, 8-year-olds are doing cheerleading in the streets for free Karen Reed and free Turtle Boy. And, you know, it's just a wild, wild, awesome scene of positivity. And that place is going to explode if when we hear the verdict eventually for not guilty. Yeah, if you go,
Oh, how
yeah, there's some
cute.
kids. Yeah.
I won't stand for ignorant talking heads smearing the wonderful people who have assembled outside the courthouse to support the factually innocent Karen Reed. I must have taken 1,000 pictures the last 2 days. Lots of very cool kids too. The crowd is ready for a not guilty verdict tomorrow. Oh, how cute. Vote Jen McCabe 2024. Ratchet, free Karen Reed. Another free Karen Reed sign. Oh, how sweet. So
Yeah.
these kids knew who you were?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Check out the, I just put a link in the
Wait,
private
is
chat.
this little boy in a turtle
It came up
costume?
as a turtle costume. Yeah. It was really nice.
Stop. That
I
is
mean, it's wild. Like I walk
wow.
through the crowd and I can't, it's like a traffic jam. It's like nonstop pictures, signing shirts, signing books. Like it's crazy. Like what this movement has turned into. And
Do you
I just
feel
sent
like
you
a celebrity?
I don't know if I call, I mean, I guess, I mean, whatever you want to call it, but it's cool. We started a movement and I put a
Wow.
link in the private chat to a video. It's a pretty funny video, like these little cheerleader girls. It's very cute. They're out
Oh,
there.
let me find this.
They
How
started
great.
chanting for me. It's very cute. But it's
Oh my
you know,
God.
and I tell you, when this verdict comes down, that place is, it's like a tinderbox. It's gonna explode with positivity.
What do you think is going to happen?
I would think she's gonna be acquitted. You know, oh yeah, check this out.
There's no doubt in your mind anymore.
No, some people are. You'll see. I'll talk about it.
How cute.
I love it. This is awesome. This is pretty.
You did, Aidan. Look,
Wow, look at everybody.
It's wild. There's babies there. Like it's crazy. It's
Wait, everybody's wearing pink. Was this coordinated?
yeah, it's coordinated. Yeah, that's the color. So we're in an area, a buffer zone. So the judge instituted a no free speech zone around the courthouse. You can't be within 200 feet of the courthouse because they call it like witness intimidation or jury intimidation. That's what they accuse everybody of doing around here. And so we just set up, okay, we challenged it. The ACLU actually had our backs, and the judge, we lost in the Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts. And so there's this buffer zone now, 200 feet, where we're all right on the outside of. And every day since the beginning of this trial, a little over 2 months ago, there would be, maybe a couple dozen people there the first couple of days, but it's grown and it's grown and it's grown. And now that we're in verdict time, we're talking thousands of people every day, all around this block, and just waiting, sitting outside waiting. And so, of course, I got to pump the crowd up, So like I'm in the courtroom a lot. I got a press pass, and then I'm going to come down here as much as I can and just pump the crowd up and say, let's go, not guilty. We want not guilty, and get everybody really fired up to do this.
Because it seemed the last time we talked, it seemed like your spirits were a little bit maybe doused because, they had thrown you in jail. Like I don't know. It just seemed like they had exhausted you.
Yeah, it was, it's like doing 60 days in the clink isn't fun, but this is like now that we're back in it, maybe it's the weather. I don't know. It's just we're rejuvenated. And after having this trial and sitting through all these witnesses and just seeing everything that I've reported on has turned out to be fact. It's turned out to be testimony in court. It's a great feeling. And it's just kind of undeniable if you've been watching the trial that she didn't do this and that somebody else did and that the police covered it up. I don't know if you watched much of the trial, but there's the lead detective, Michael Proctor. The FBI got his phone as part of their investigation, and they read all his nasty text messages and stuff. He called Karen a cunt. He called her a balloon knot. I guess that's like something for shitting yourself.
What?
Yeah. I guess she has MS, so he's making fun of her MS on there.
Oh,
She had a
wow.
colostomy bag at one point, so I guess he was making fun of that. He called her a bitch. He said that he hoped that she killed herself. This is the lead detective in the case who happens to be close family friends with the people who would otherwise be considered the prime suspects because there's a dead body on their front lawn. But when you're a cop, I guess that doesn't really matter. And so they read all his messages, and they were, and he texted his friends. He goes, oh, I'm looking through her phone now. No nudes yet, he wrote. He was going through her phone looking for naked pictures. This is the lead detective. He had to read his own text messages out loud in court to the jury.
Oh my God, that's humiliating.
And I was in the courtroom. I saw the looks on the jurors' faces. This jury had 10 women initially and 7 men, right? Because they had 5 alternates. And the look on the women's faces was just abject disgust and just shaking their heads like, oh my God. And it was just like, there is no way these people are going to convict this woman. And then shenanigans afoot. So I would say the 3 jurors, in my opinion, that were the most obvious pro Karen Read people were eliminated like yesterday. So one of them came in on the day of closing arguments and she was just called up to the judge. We don't know what happened, but she was dismissed, right? And she had been rolling her eyes at Proctor, making faces. And then so we're down to 14. And I guess how this works is they put the thing in a lottery thing. Everybody's got a number. And then the clerk pulls out 2 numbers and you're the alternates. Well, the 2 people they pulled out are the 2 other women who I noticed visibly throughout the trial were just disgusted with the Commonwealth. And they coincidentally all got picked. And I saw a juror cry today. Like she came in crying. Like she was very disturbed because I think that she was an obvious not guilty vote. And she invested like 2.5 months of her life in this trial. And now she doesn't even get to be part of it because of some rigged lottery.
Yeah. How is that allowed that you can just kind of eliminate the people that seem to be
well, they say it's random, but there's a lot of things in this county that it just makes me think that, I mean, I don't trust any of these people. These are the people who made up lies about me. They turn my free speech into witness intimidation. You know, They put me in jail. It's like it just goes on and on. So I don't trust any of these people. I wouldn't put it above them to have intentionally made sure, because they didn't show the numbers. Like the clerk pulled numbers out and he's like, oh, juror number 12, juror number 13. Oh, what a coincidence. It was just odd, very odd.
Yeah, a lot of coincidences, it feels like. Ryan Bannon, any chance Amanda's oh, okay. This is unrelated, Ryan. I'll get to that later. From the Squid. Hey, Aidan, I found out about the case when you went on Ricada's channel. Thank you for bringing it to light. How many lies did you count Lolly tell during closing? I lost count after 4.
No, I mean, too many to count. He also bored everyone to death with his clothing, with his closing. This was an actual argument that he made, right? Apparently, when Karen Read, when she went and picked up Jennifer McCabe and Kerry Roberts to go out looking for John that morning, right? And she had allegedly killed him 5 hours prior. So
and that's when she Googled, how long does it take?
Jennifer McCabe Googled that a couple hours prior to that, right? And so Karen doesn't know where he is. She dropped him off at this party. Doesn't know, he never came home. And so the Commonwealth alleges she hit him and left him there. And now the dastardly Karen Read is pulling these other 2 innocent women into it and going out and looking for the body that she knows is there, right? But Karen, according to her, she didn't kill him, so she doesn't know where he is. So she contacts Jennifer McCabe, the woman who Googled how long to die in cold a couple hours prior, and was aware that John was dying on the front lawn of Fairview Road. And they went back to John O'Keefe's house to look there first. And what Adam Lally brought up in his closing was that Karen Read didn't take her shoes off, according to Jennifer McCabe in her testimony, that Karen Read didn't take her shoes off and John was like a neat freak. And that was a big no-no in his house. So basically the argument that Adam Lally was saying was she didn't take her shoes off because she knew that he was dead. So basically she pulled a Rick James. She's like, fuck your floor, John. You're dead now, motherfucker. I'm gonna put my foot, but I'm not taking any. You're dead now. I don't have to take my shoes off no more in this house. That was an argument that the dude made during closing. She didn't take her shoes off. I would submit that it's she's panicking. She doesn't know where her boyfriend is. He hasn't come home all night. She's worried. The last thing she's thinking about is taking her shoes off.
Yeah.
I would think that would be a more plausible explanation.
Yeah, you can always sweep away a few floor crumbs. Okay, thank you, Squid. Liam M. I'm from Canton. Great job, TB. Keep the pressure on the select board and CBD audit. What is okay? So can you explain what the select board and the CBD audit are?
Yeah. So the Canton Police Department was we started a grassroots movement kind of in town as part of this Karen Reed thing to audit the Canton Police Department. And it's a very like cop land kind of town. A lot of cops live there. And so it's very pro police. And that would usually be a loser vote. But we mobilized a political movement, I guess, to have the police department audited, and it won. It carried the day there. And so the other night in Canton, one of the guys who's one of these Alberts, Chris Albert, is on the select board, and he owns a pizza shop in town, right? And I hate Chris Albert. He's one of the people I'm being charged with, like, intimidating. He's such a douchebag. And his son is Colin Albert, who was in the house when John O'Keefe was killed. So I go to, we go to Canton the other day to do a little project, a research project on a story I was working on, right? And then we got hungry. So what you do when you're hungry traditionally is you eat food, even a whole meal of food. So we went, there's this restaurant in town, in the middle of town called C.F. McCarthy's, where Karen Reed went to on the night that John O'Keefe was murdered. And we went to C.F. McCarthy's. The problem with C.F. McCarthy's is it's right next to D&E Pizza, which is owned by Chris Albert. But we're like, there's not that many places to eat in this town. It's the only place I know. We're going there. So me and my girlfriend, we go there and we walk right by D&E Pizza. And when we're going by, Colin Albert comes out. And I didn't recognize him at first because he's dressed like he's on the North Pole. He's got like a sweatshirt on and sweatpants, and it's like 90 degrees. And we're like, okay. So he says something to us, and I look over. I'm like, oh shit, it's Colin Albert. And I took a selfie with him in the background. And then he goes into his dad's pizza shop and he goes, call the cops. Call the cops. Like, what? What are they going to call the cops? Okay, whatever. We just go in to see if McCarthy's. We have a nice meal of food. And when we're at the bar, we notice across from us is a woman by the name of Juliana Nagel, another person who was inside 34 Fairview Road on the night that John O'Keefe was killed. Juliana Nagel looks like one of those chicks that, like, probably threw the shot put in high school, didn't go to the prom.
A beefy broad.
Yeah, she's a big girl. And
a sturdy girl.
She was I noticed she was taking pictures of us. That's fine. That's going to happen when I go out in Canton. And we leave and we go out. And when we walk out now, there is a mob of McAlberts waiting there for us outside of D&E Pizza, like they're like the Sopranos at Satriel's, sitting out there just waiting for us in
Jeez.
And so I go out there, and one of them comes, who was at the bar, Julie Nagel's brother, comes over to my girl and he puts his arm around her, right? And he touches her. I'm like, whoa, okay. Don't and I started filming, like, don't touch her, dude. Do not, get out of here. And because this is what they want from me. I'm on bail. They want me to like overreact.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So I'm not falling for that. It's like, don't touch her, dude. And so then they all start kind of jabbing at me, and so I film and I go live, and I'm on Facebook Live, and I'm like, okay. And they're yelling at me, and one of them comes over and just hits the phone out of my hand and throws it into the middle of the street, also known as assault and battery. And so luckily I was still live. The phone was okay. It survived. And I picked it up and I keep filming them, and they're yelling like homophobic slurs at us. And keep in mind, this guy's a selectman. His kids are out here doing this to us. They're acting like savages.
Embarrassing for him. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. And it gets crazier. And next thing you know, this chick, Jill Daniels, pulls up. You want to see the video, actually? I can send you the video in the private chat. Okay, you got to see this.
As long as it's not like I'm showing like something graphically.
No. It's nothing like that. Let's see. This is good. Let me see the exact timestamp. I'm going to send it to you in the chat.
So I guess that's what this question was about. Ask Aidan about the people who assaulted him this weekend.
Yeah. So I just sent it in the private chat. Okay. Let me find the exact timestamp of when so this chick, Jill Daniels, rolls up. And Jill Daniels is the sister of Julie Albert, who is also the aunt of Colin Albert. And she has come on my show before, and she's just the most ratchet chick ever. And she just rolls up right in that video I sent you, right at the 1650 mark. If you go to like 16, no, actually before that, it was like, let me find you a good timestamp on there.
Because the timestamp that came up right away was at 5:18.
No, it's way past that. Go to 15:30. Just play it from 15:30, and you'll get a good show.
Okay, and this is you being confronted and assaulted in Canton, where I guess when they slap the phone out of your hand.
intimidation charges on me, I want to be fucking covered. Do you think I give a shit?
What did you do wrong?
What did I do wrong? I fucking live in this town, and they're a fucking disgrace.
Don't even get into it with us. Don't even get into it with us.
Here she
How's
comes.
this been going on 15 minutes now and no police still with the scene?
I know, I can go.
Here she is. Watch this.
We are filming for our own protection here.
Oh boy.
Oh, look who it is. Look who she is.
Fucking prick.
Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of your shit.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
She's
Wow.
feisty. She won't give me my phone back.
And tell me again who this woman is. This is
That's
McCabe.
Jill Daniels. She is the
Oh.
aunt of Colin Albert, the sister of Julie Albert, and the sister-in-law of Chris Albert.
Wow.
No. How's your kids? How's your kids?
my phone.
They must be so proud of their dad.
That's assault, Joe.
Give my son the phone.
Give him his phone back.
Fuck off, Big Bird.
Give him his phone back.
Big Bird.
You
You
need
look
my
20
phone
years
back,
older
Joe.
than me. You look better than me.
I'm gonna need my phone back.
Nobody cares.
The money.
Give
Oh
him his
God.
phone.
She goes,
She
"You
just
make fun of
completely
my-"
changed.
Yeah. She goes, "You make fun of my teeth." You'll see. I go, I actually make fun of your skin, Jill, but go ahead.
Where's your top lip?
I'm gonna need my
Where's your
phone
top
back,
lip? And
Well,
no, I'm
Jill,
sorry.
can I
Did
have
you
my
go
phone back,
loopy?
please?
Did you go crazy?
Jill, can I please
Give
have
him
my
the
phone
fuck up. No
Give
one
him
asked
his
you.
phone. Give him his phone. You have his property. That's
Can
enough.
I
Give him his phone.
Zooming in on her small boobs.
Oh my God.
Give him his phone.
Give my phone back.
She's going nuts.
You can't
She
steal his
holds my
phone.
phone
Are you
hostage
kidding
for a
me?
while. She finally
There you
throws it on the dirt. And she lets me have my phone back. But it was just crazy. Like, this is going on in broad daylight in the middle of the busiest street in Canton. And just imagine what these people would do to somebody like, I don't know, John O'Keefe, if he came back to their house drunk in the middle of the night and they got into an argument or something like that. Like, they kept challenging me to fight.
Yeah,
And they're so brazen.
unhinged.
So the cops eventually come and we show them the video. She got charged with assault and battery, and so did the other guy who hit the phone out of his
Really?
hand. Oh yeah.
Thank God this other person was recording.
Yeah, the part. Let me see if I can see the part where he.
I'm gonna keep playing this because I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, you can actually play it from the beginning. You'll see the whole thing if you want some entertainment. Yeah,
I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. Wait. Take us to. Okay. This is starting.
Really?
Yeah, so that's how it starts. So that's Colin. This is all put together. So that's Colin.
All right.
He said,
Narrate.
really? He goes, call, you'll see. He goes, call the cops.
And why are they calling the cops again? Just because you're there?
Yep. Call the police. He's like, what? Because I walked by his dad's pizza shop, so they call the cops on me.
Wow.
And now this is when he's like hitting on her. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, dude?
She doesn't want you to touch her.
So this girl in the pink is your girlfriend.
Yeah. And he's like touching her. He's like, he put his arm around. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh, because he's trying to trigger you.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing with a loser like you?
Oh, God. And
Yeah.
it's coming from him. Is
Yeah, I
Rich.
know, right?
Out of here. What?
He goes, get the
You don't
fuck
like
out of
me,
here.
no one wants you here. Get the fuck out of here. Leave. Fucking loser guy. You're a loser guy. You and all your fans are big fucking losers.
They're like
This is
cartoon. They're like cartoon characters. They sound like
know.
if I was gonna put on my goofiest Boston accent, it would sound like, "Dude, fucking park the car with it, you fucking loser."
And this is like Canton royalty. Like, these people are like the most protected people. And this is how they go around and behave. Fuck out of here, you know?
How tall is this guy? I bet I'm
Oh, that's
taller.
Ryan Nagel. He's actually one of the good guys in this story. That's the crazy part about it.
Oh.
He was one that his testimony greatly helped Karen Reed because he pulled up to the house to pick up his sister Julie, who does the shot put. She's the one shitting on the bench there. And
Okay.
he went to go pick her up that night, and he pulled up right behind Karen Reed. And his testimony was that Karen Reed was alone in her car with the interior light on, and John O'Keefe was not inside the car or outside the car, which means he's got to be inside the house. So his testimony actually greatly helped, the defense, and actually implicates his sister who was inside the house. Because if John was in the house, then she's lying about John not coming in the house. And, so it was weird that he didn't like me, I guess, but I've crapped on his sister many times. So that's probably why he doesn't like me very much. And that's his stupid brother that was making moves on her.
I imagine everybody who is actually, and I don't know, and time will tell who all is actually involved in this murder. But I imagine the pressure from having to keep this web of lies and all these secrets is just eating away at all these folks, and that seems to
wow.
me why everyone's just got a hair trigger.
Yeah, and I get them going, and I get these people going. They get all fired up, and these are, by the way, like I see 3 of the people in this picture are alleged victims of witness intimidation to me. They're supposedly so scared of me, right? And I've felony charges, against them. So like
Wow.
they want me to be they told the grand jury and they told that, the police, like, oh, we're so scared. His YouTube show, he says mean things about us when he protests us and he comes to our pizza shop. I've held protests outside of this pizza shop before where I just hold signs that say blood pizza and like Chris Albert killed a man in 1994. He did. The owner of the pizza shop, Chris Albert, actually in 1994 got into a hit and run accident while he was drunk on the highway and killed a foreign exchange student. And he went to jail for 6 months for that in 1994. And now he's a member of the Board of Selectmen. And this is how it acts in the middle of his town. So last night I went to the Board of Selectmen meeting and I stood there in front of the whole Board of Selectmen with a sign, just did a silent protest for like an hour. I just said, Jill Daniels touched me. And another sign that Jill Daniels stole my phone for nudes. And it's like, and so I just they just had to stare at me. I didn't say a word, my silence kind of said it all. And yeah. Oh, if you want to see the part where I do. Oh no, there's another part where the guy hits the phone out of my hand, but I don't know if we have that on this video.
Trying to leave and go to our car, and they're all coming up to us. Well,
Oh, wow. Real tough guy.
Oh, did he just hit the phone out of my hand? Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's
wow, we were just trying to leave and go to our car, and they're all coming
It's
up
this
to
guy in the
us.
black shirt. I think that does it.
Jim Ferris. He's a douchebag. He's a pizza delivery guy for them.
Oh my God.
He drives
Wow.
a Prius, and it's just reeks of cigarettes.
A Prius is a manly vehicle. Is that the shot putter right there? This woman here?
Yeah, that's Juliana Nagel. Yeah, she's a real peach. And she
This
was
gastropod. Yes.
Yeah. And she was calling Meredith pregnant. Like she's like, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Like, have you seen your belly, girl? Stop it.
We got that on video.
Wow.
Thank you. What's
Yeah.
your name in case we need another?
And so this is like by the end of it. What's up?
This is a real zoo.
Oh yeah. By the end of this goes on for like 45 minutes. And by the end of it, whole 5 cop cars show up and there's just people, because I was live streaming it, I had thousands of people watching it. People start rolling in from towns all over just to meet me and stuff. I start signing autographs. A bunch of kids show up on their bikes. They take their shirts off. I signed all their chests with magic marker. Yeah, they want me to sign their chest.
This pizza street scuffle into a meet and greet.
Yes.
For you.
And I kept going. I'm like, I'm way more. You guys say I can't come to Canton. I'm way more popular than you guys here. Like I'll come. I'm the mayor. Yeah, the news ends up showing up. Like it gets wild. So this is just a small version of it. This thing goes on for like an hour and a half, but the whole thing was just, there's Jim Ferris again. He tells you, you'll put that phone in my fist again, I'm gonna hit it. Okay, Jim.
Like,
Sure you
after I deliver this pizza, I'm gonna come back and give
take
you
your Prius and get out of here, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
You know.
Jim, it's hard to be intimidating while holding a pizza.
Yeah, or driving a Prius.
Yeah. Wow.
Loza. You're right, Loza.
Was this all from yesterday, you said?
Oh, this was Sunday. So this was Sunday. Just again, our crime was going out to dinner. Like when I went out in there, we saw Colin on our way in, and he apparently rounded up the mob. And we come out there, we're greeted by this, gaggle of morons who are sitting there. There's Chris he's in the doorway there, and he's yelling stuff at me. You're a loser. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. He's so scared of me though. He had to tell the grand jury he was scared of me, that I made him sad. That my protests outside of his business are hurting him. Like because I held a sign that said blood pizza, or Colin was in the house, or Chris Albert killed a man in 1994, which he did. They don't like when I do that.
No, I bet not. Wow, Ryan. Oh, I did that. Matthew Hammond, you're missing guest. Oh, this is when I was streaming before you came on. Your missing guest is better than the guest on Timcast IRL. I thought Bosch was bad. Okay, I'll address that later.
That's okay. He paid to say it. Let him say it.
It's a little irrelevant right now. Okay, I thought Bosch was bad. This guy was somehow worse. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that. Okay.
Oh, the guy in the video, or me? I thought he was talking about me. That's okay if he thinks that.
I don't think he was. I think that was from way earlier.
I'm way better than Bush.
C. Nobles, way better.
Yeah.
If Karen's trial goes to mistrial for the second time, what are the odds of a third trial?
Well, this would be the first mistrial. This is the first trial. So if this case, it wouldn't be a mistrial, it'd be a hung jury if the jury can't come back with a verdict. And I don't know what would happen then. I don't know if the Commonwealth has it in them or the energy to do this all over again. That's a really good question, actually. I would hope they wouldn't do it, but nothing surprises me with these people. That would hurt her a lot because her attorneys are very expensive. And two of the three are from California, and they would probably not be able to do it again for her because they fly in for all of this. And his name's Alan Jackson. Like he was Harvey Weinstein's attorney, Kevin Spacey's attorney. Like he's a pretty famous attorney. I doubt he would be like, this was like a 2.5 year journey that like they invested so much time in, probably at a huge discount. Because like usually he has got guilty clients. Like he has a factually innocent client this time, which I'm sure is very nice for a defense attorney to have once in a while.
Yeah, makes his job easier.
Yeah.
M4A now says, this was the first place I heard about the Good Doctor like a year ago. Thanks, Chrissy. How did you find Turtle Boy?
How did we find each other?
How did we? I heard about the case. Gosh,
I know what it was. It was Eliza Blue.
That's right. Oh my God. We bonded over Eliza Blue. Oh my God. Another shit show.
What's she up to? Yeah. See, that's the kind of story I used to do before Karen Reed came around, just finding these grifters and kind of exposing them. I wonder what she's up to.
Yeah, her story is way more important. This is like and now you're a local celebrity. Yeah, I don't know what Eliza Blue is up to. I keep waiting for her to resurface with like a different hair color.
She married Shane Cashman yet? Did they
Alex, thanks for the super chat. Ironically, a handful of players on the dark sides have been involved in accidents where they hurt someone. Guess who hasn't? Karen Reed.
That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, Chris Albert, again, it's so ironic. Chris Albert literally killed a man in 1994 in a car accident. And he's a witness against a woman who didn't hit anyone and is being charged with it. I mean, the last two experts for Karen Reed were two guys from a company called ARCA. They do crash reconstruction, and they were hired by the FBI as part of their investigation into the investigation of the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. And so they determined as part of their FBI investigation that John could not have possibly been hit by a car. So they were called as witnesses for this. And these guys were just brilliant. They call him, the first guy, they call him Crash Daddy, because the ladies love this guy. And the judge I think the judge wanted to bang him too. Crash Daddy got up there and made it very clear that he had to explain how he knew John wasn't hit by a car. And he actually made a cannon. He said he made a literal cannon that shot projectiles at a Lexus taillight at varying speeds to see how fast a projectile would have to move in order to break a Lexus taillight. And he shot it had to get up to like 40 something miles an hour to even cause a crack in it. And that's a solid object that did that. Whereas the state police allege, their expert's a cop, right? He doesn't have a PhD. He went to community college. And so they allege that John's arm was all cut up with these lacerations because he got hit in the arm, actually, which caused the polycarbonate taillight to shatter and somehow cause lateral lacerations all over him. And
from a taillight? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, a lot of people do. It doesn't make any sense. And then it caused him to do a pirouette in midair and launch himself 30 feet onto the grass. And then he banged his head on the curb, which was 10 feet away from where he landed somehow. And this made sense to the community college graduate who is the state police's expert on crash reconstruction. And so that's who they had. And then Karen Reed's got two experts hired by the FBI who have PhDs who do this stuff for a living, who have testified in thousands of cases and know this stuff better than anyone. And so that's who she had. So it's absurd, really, that the jury has taken a day and a half to deliberate this. You wonder what they're talking about. Like, you don't know what's going on in there. Like, there's no way they're going to convict her. That ain't going to happen. Worst case scenario is you got one douchebag in there who's just like, nope, can't change my opinion. And what do you do with someone like that?
I wonder if people are trying to intimidate or taint the jurors. I mean, that would probably be illegal, but I wouldn't put it past these guys to do that.
Well, speaking of, yesterday in court, the O'Keefe family, for closing arguments, they brought in with them Brian Albert, the homeowner, who has never come to a court date before and who the defense contends was involved in the murder of John O'Keefe. Jennifer McCabe, the woman who Googled how long to die in cold at 2:27, and Colin Albert, who was inside the house, had problems with John. He's the hothead in that video there, one of the hotheads in the video there. Two of those three have never been to a Karen Read court hearing before and have kind of kept a low profile. The O'Keefe family brought them. It's a very small courtroom. You can only fit 10 people on each side. So 3 of their spots were taken up by McAlberts. And everyone was just like, oh my God, like these people have the balls to show up like this. And it was, a lot of people are suggesting that they were there to, like, they were staring right at the jury, like, which I think is a horrible move on their part, because it just kind of reinforces that, were you guys trying to intimidate them? Like, what are we doing here? I think personally, it was just the O'Keefes brought them because the O'Keefes do not like Karen Read, and they have their heads in the sand and they refuse to look at what actually happened to John. And they wanted to bring the McAlberts with them just as a sign to the jury that, like, we don't believe anything these people say. Like, we are standing with these douchebags.
Lindsay here thinks the O'Keefes are probably worried they will be next.
I don't know. Well, I think that if anything, they came across to the jury as easily manipulated, like by the McAlberts. Like, if I was a juror and I saw that, I'd be like, oh, you idiot. Oh, you guys you think they're your friends? Oh my God. Who wants to tell them? You know what I mean? It's like having a girlfriend that is the class whore. And, you don't want to tell your buddy because he's really in love, but you got to tell, like, dude, your girl's a whore, like that's what you want to tell the O'Keefes. Like, dude, they killed John. You know that, right? Okay.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh, as Paris, tell her why pink. Oh, I think because someone in the chat was saying it was Karen's favorite color. Karen. That's why everyone's wearing pink.
Well, right. So the speech zone, right? That's how we started this. So when they put in this speech institute, like, we couldn't wear anything that says Free Karen Read anywhere near the courthouse. They have a strict thing on that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was just like, okay, fine. We'll just have a different symbol. We'll all wear the same color. And what color should we use? And there's this Facebook group where it's got like 50,000 members in it. And, people discuss stuff like that. And Karen Read herself showed up in the comments and she just said pink. And everybody saw it. And it's like, that's the color then. I guess we're in pink.
Wow. Holy cow. I saw something you posted on your website, tbdailynews.com. I thought this was interesting. This looks like the most kind of recent development you have on your website here. Canton cover-up part 365. iPhone test shows Nicholas Garino lied about 50-foot drop on Oakdale Street that made it seem like John O'Keefe was ascending stairs. Basically, they go through and they, who here is alleging that, it wasn't stairs. It was just he was driving down this particular road.
Yeah, so John's Apple Health data shows that between 12:22 there and 12:24, he ascends and descends 3 flights of stairs. So that proves he's in the house because Karen's car doesn't have a basement. And yeah, so like that's pretty solid evidence that he's inside that house. Well, the state police claim that they've tracked his GPS or her GPS on her phone or something, and that the GPS using something called Waze, that uses GPS, it says that he was like, half a mile away at the time, something like that. He's like half a mile away from the house. And so he couldn't have been there. And they said, well, at the 12:22, he was on Oakdale Street. And they said Oakdale Street has a 50-foot drop. You can play the tape here. If you play this tape right there, you can hear what the cop testifies to.
This slide, what are we looking at? Again, I cross-referenced it with the points. This is Pine Cone Road, and then Maplecroft intersects here. And this is the ascending, descending stairs points in his phone. Doing a Google Earth elevation check. There's about a 20-degree dip, and then it goes up. And then as you go down Cedar Crest, the hill is about 50-foot elevation change again.
All right, so you can stop there.
Pretty
So
significant.
50, they go 50-foot so that's what he claims. He's like, as if Apple doesn't know the difference between a flight of stairs and a hill. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
If that were true, there'd be so many people complaining
right.
that
Exactly.
they're taking inaccurate data.
Think about like if you had to do a workout, if you had a personal trainer or something, and they're like, I need you to climb 20 stairs a day, 20 flights of stairs a day. But I'm just gonna get in my car and just take a ride, and then it'll be all set. So if you X out of that, if you go to, so I do a recreation and I actually drive on Oakdale because I've never been on the street before. So I'm like, okay, let's see what the street is actually like. Because this guy went on Google Earth and that was the extent of his research. And he said, according to Google Earth, they had a 50-foot drop. So if you X out of this, if you hit the escape button and you go down, you'll see the other video where I actually go there. And this is what I was in Canton for on Sunday. This is what I did before going to get dinner and getting, assaulted by the McCabe clan as I drove this.
Right around, I'll show you. This is the street where Garino says that John's phone went up 3 flights of stairs because it's like so steep, he said. It's 50 feet. So we're going to check out this road. You guys show me the steep part. Okay. Hope this kid knows
I love
he's
that you
about to
did
go
this.
for a big
Yeah,
drop.
it's just like, where's the 50-foot drop?
Where is
Look how
it?
flat this
It's like
shit is.
Indiana.
Look how flat this street is. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Watch out for the hill, kid. I think he said Pinecroft is right where they were when this happened. Look at this shit. Is this the flattest street you've ever seen? I feel like I'm in Indiana. There it is. That's Pinecone. That's the street Garino. Pinecone. It says right there, Pinecone. That's the street he said where John was. So this is the 50-foot drop. Bro, did I miss? Are you kidding me right now? 50-foot drop?
Wow. How
What?
can he claim that?
They're just liars. The cops are just liars. And it's just insane that these guys get up on the stand and they all just lie. It's like I can't get in the car and videotape this and prove you wrong. Apple Health data doesn't work.
This is it. This is where John ascended and descended 3 flights of stairs. We're going to play the testimony. This is where he said, are you kidding me right now? You have to be kidding me.
That's just so bold because
Yeah.
anybody can do what you're doing and drive down the street and confirm it.
Yeah. And so this is what I was doing in Canton. And then we were hungry. So we went and got food. And people are saying like, oh, you're instigating things. And there's my Apple Health data, right? This shows that like, I don't see any flights of stairs that we were driving that at 6 p.m. I don't see any flights of stairs on my Apple Health data. And we used the same iOS version that John O'Keefe had in iPhone 12, just in case they said, well, it's an updated version or something like that. We had an iPhone 12, an iPhone 13, and an iPhone 15 in the car. None of them recorded anything on the Apple Health data going up and downstairs. These are things that any other reporter could do, but I'm the only one doing it. It's just like how, and these cops are just lying about it. These crooked cops are just sitting there lying because that's what they do. They cover for their other crooked cop friends. And they say, well, why would anybody do this? Because cops cover for cops, dude. That's just what they do.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
And
So-
this too, okay. Nicholas Garino adds his name to list of disgraced.
Yeah, that one won't work. Yeah, but yeah, as you can see, I've done like 360 whatever days, 365 episodes now of this, and I've been documenting everything, just one after another, all their lies, everything, and this is why they wanted me in jail. This is why that crowd outside of the courthouse. That's why they put me in the clink, because they don't like the fact that I'm exposing them. I'm showing how corrupt they are. I'm showing what liars they are. And I'm mobilizing a movement of people who are reading this and seeing this and being like, this is so wrong. I need to do something about this. Like, this is a good protest to be involved in. Like, I was anti-protest before all this stuff. I hated protesters. I just thought they got in the way, and I just associated them with like, crazy
you just
rights people.
figure they have no jobs. They're they're
Purple-haired
lazy.
losers.
Yeah, they're purple-haired losers, which they are. But I didn't see any purple hair at your protest.
No. Like, this is a regular group of people out there that are just outraged. Like, these people never protested before. I've never protested before, but now I'm just like, this is wrong. Like, we need to do something about this. And then they threw me in the clink. Like, one of these cops I'm being charged with. It's a 1-minute video. His name is Buchanan, right? I call him Bukaki. And if you don't know Bukaki, don't Google it. You're not going to like what comes up. And so I call him Bukaki. I've nicknamed him that. And it was so effective that on the stand, a woman by the name of Julie Albert, Jill Daniels' sister, got up there and the prosecutor was asking her, who interviewed you? He's like, I believe it was Trooper Proctor and Trooper Bukaki. Bukaki. She said it twice. Like
she said it for real. Was she trying to be funny or okay?
No, it was in her mind. She clearly watches my show because I call him Bukaki. I named him that. And I'm in the courtroom. She could see me. And I think I was in her head. And after that, the Commonwealth filed a motion to ban me from the courtroom. And I was banned from the courtroom. I was banned from the courtroom when any of the witnesses I'm charged with intimidating gave testimony. So I had to leave when Jennifer McCabe gave testimony, when Colin Albert, when Brian Albert, because they're so scared of me. The people that you saw in that video, they're very scared of me. So I couldn't be in the same courtroom as them.
You're banned from making too catchy of a nickname.
Yeah, apparently. So I don't know where it's going with something about Bukaki, but
there's a highlight reel. Was that it? A highlight reel of? Oh, never mind. That's
yeah. So law tubers, like people that cover this stuff, like all of their reactions. There's some sort of video out there. I don't know if I have a link for it of them. If anybody wants to post it in the chat, feel free to. But there's a highlight reel of law tubers reacting to when she says Bukaki in court, and it's just so funny. This trial has been wildly entertaining. I'm gonna have to make like a video when it's all said and done, just of like the main highlights. But it's just been.
I think there should be, a Netflix documentary on all this.
Well, there's more coming in the works. Karen has her own team working on a documentary, and I've got one too. And what you have to, the hard part is getting a streaming service to pay for it. Like, so basically how it works is I've signed an exclusivity deal with a producer out of Hollywood. Right. And, we made a reel and we shop it around, and these are people who have won Emmys before, and they've met with like HBO, Netflix, Hulu Plus, A&E, Peacock, you name it. And, they have meetings with them and they explain it all. And many are interested, but nothing's been signed yet. So, until it's pen on paper, nothing exists yet. But they want to basically do the Karen Reed story through the Turtle Boys coverage of it. So I'd be like the main character, and that's why they wanted me to sign the exclusivity deal, so I couldn't work with anyone else.
That's awesome. You should also get that little kid who had the turtle costume. I think he would be great for it.
That was great. That kid was great.
Okay, is it this?
Yes, this is it. Yeah.
Trooper Buka. I like that they're following it too. That's great.
Who was present?
Who was present for that interview?
Me, my husband, Trooper Proctor, and Trooper Bukaki.
I don't think that's I think that means something else. She doesn't intend.
Did Trooper Bukaki go to the party that night?
She did.
And your husband,
Julie Albert,
correct?
I think it's Buchanan.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Either of these troopers,
everyone in the courtroom looked at me. Like everyone in the courtroom just looked at me, and I'm in the press box just trying. I'm like, did that just happen? Like everyone was just like, did that just happen? She actually said Bukaki twice. She said Bukaki the first time.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean Bukaki, I meant Bukaki. That's
so it's like
pronunciation.
Like,
yikes.
Maybe the two of you should be separately interviewed.
That was a really big slip in this trial.
But she doesn't lose points for that. It's just funny. I mean,
it is funny. Yeah. I mean, she loses points for being a liar and covering for her son. But she's a victim of mine, I guess. I'm charged with intimidating her because I helped signs out of her stupid husband's pizza shop. And,
when someone like you is trying to get the truth out there, that can be very intimidating to people who need the lies to keep going, to save face, to cover themselves. So it is very intimidating.
Yeah. It's like all I've done is stories like the one that you just profiled. Like Like, that's the kind of shit I do, is I just go to town and I prove them wrong. Like I went to 34 Fairview Road and I filmed myself doing a reconstruction of what Karen Reed allegedly did. They said that Karen Reed went 24 miles an hour in 62 feet in reverse and hit John. So I went there to their residence and I parked right outside and I measured 62 feet out and I gunned it as fast as I could. And I tried to hit 24 miles an hour. If you go above like 7 or 8 miles an hour in reverse, it's scary. Like, so I hit 14. I'm like, oh, that was crazy. And I ran over the curb. It's crazy driving in reverse. It's wild. And I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So I did 17. And then the most I could get, pedaled all the way to the ground, 19 miles an hour. Like, you could not possibly get to 24 if you tried.
Wow.
And they want us to believe that Karen Reed did that, in a blizzard, drunk, and somehow angled the wheel perfectly to strike him and just caused his arm to, get hit and shatter and cut him up. And then he did a pirouette and he landed. And so they're not dog bites on his arms. They're actually plexiglass, I guess, did that to him. And that's what they want us to believe.
Damn, seems really far-fetched. Wow, thank you, Tony Hill, for the orange boy. And then Tony Hill sent another one. The jury left the court today to see thousands of KR supporters.
Yeah. They take a bus in and out of the courthouse every day. They bus them in, and there's no way they're not seeing this. So I would think if they're them, they're just like, why are all these people supporting this woman? Like, maybe something's up here. Like, maybe I would hope that none of these people could vote to convict this woman. That takes a lot to like send someone to jail for the rest of their life if you're not 100% positive they did it.
Especially when you see like a little girl, like little kids holding, free Karen Reed signs. The kids are never wrong.
They aren't. No, never.
Wow. Tawanda. Oh, sorry. What were we going to say?
I say a kid can realize how ridiculous this is. I showed my kids the picture of his arm. I'm like, what does that look like to you guys? Like, it looks like he got bit by a dog. Like, that's like the first thing everybody says.
Yeah. From Tawanda, my question, if Jen loved John so much, why didn't she run in her family's house for help, blankets or anything before the ambulance got there?
It's a great question. Jen McCabe arrived with Karen Reed at 34 Fairview Road, her sister's house, and Karen saw the body and immediately tried doing CPR. Jen gets on the phone, calls 911. They ask her if she has any blankets. And instead of saying like, oh, I'm outside of my sister's house, let me go inside and grab some, she just runs around with her. Like, do we have any blankets in the car? Do we have any blankets? She doesn't tell any first responders, this is my sister's house. And her sister and her brother-in-law, Brian Albert, a first responder, a 29-year veteran police officer, never come out of the house while first responders are on the front lawn for 30 minutes. Just never come outside.
Wow.
And the cops never searched the house, even though a dead body is on the front lawn. A dead cop is on the front lawn. And they don't get a search warrant. They don't apply for one. The state police on the stand say they didn't apply for one because they didn't have probable cause. So if you don't want the cops to come in your house, just throw another dead cop on your lawn. They will leave you alone. That is apparently the lesson that we're supposed to learn here. They got a search warrant for my house for a YouTube show I did. That was the probable cause that they had. They said that I committed witness intimidation on my YouTube show. Therefore, my house is the scene of a crime. So let's get a warrant from a judge and go into his house and find more witness intimidation as if it's a tangible thing that you can touch.
Wow, that's so far-fetched and insane. Fealty, what's up, Fealty? Turtle Boy, tell Chrissy about how they said he died by getting hit in the elbow by the SUV and flying 30 feet, but not breaking an arm in the process.
Yeah, that's the thing. They said that, like he had no bruising on his arm. He had he didn't have a single broken bone anywhere on his body. And he allegedly got hit by a 3-ton vehicle traveling 24 miles an hour in reverse. And it just hits his arm somehow. And that causes him to do a pirouette and fly 30 feet. It's at 30 feet.
If you got hit just in the arm, it would definitely break your arm.
It would. It would definitely. It would come right out of his socket. It's like it would bang the crap out of you. That would sting. But somehow it threw John's body 30 feet, and he hit his head, and it broke on. He had a 3-inch laceration in the back of the head, which they claim the frozen ground caused, as if ground, soil and grass and snow turns into a dangerous weapon when it gets cold out.
Maybe
That's
there
what
was
they
a
want to say.
snowman involved. There was like a snowman out there holding a stick, maybe.
Yeah, it's like when
Could have
the
bumped
Green
into.
Bay Packers play football in January. I'm surprised there aren't fatalities everywhere because that's the frozen tundra, the whole thing.
Yikes. Wow. Okay. And so I imagine, right, that the jury's hearing all this. They're going, what the fuck? This is not believable. And then they start plucking away jurors that seem, I guess, overly supportive of Karen Reed. God, there's so much corruption just all the way through, every step of the way here.
It's wild. It's wild. When I was in the clink, we started talking to, it was interesting. James O'Keefe was interested in this story, but I haven't heard back from him. We started talking to him on Twitter when I was in the clink, but he took an interest in this, and I hope other people like him do the same because this story needs more justice.
I hope he does. Well, it's his birthday
Is it
this
really?
weekend, so maybe he's distracted. Yeah, I saw on his Instagram there was an invitation to his birthday. Like, he loves throwing parties more than anything, but you had to submit like an RSVP. So, and I did it just for shits and giggles to see, like where the party's at. But I haven't actually checked to see if they've emailed me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I hope he does follow the story. And I've actually been saying, I meant to say James O'Keefe, but I by accident said John O'Keefe. And I'm like, thanks to Aidan. I've got the two mixed up. Okay, so what are the next steps here? What can people expect? Where are you going to be in the next couple days and weeks?
So I'll be down at the courthouse tomorrow until we get a verdict, and if there's no verdict tomorrow, then I'll be there Friday. If there's no verdict Friday, I'll be there Monday. And in the meantime, I'm just going to I'll be on Twitter every day at Dr. Turtleboy, updating it. And I'll be doing my YouTube show every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. on Turtleboy Live and recapping it all.
And these supporters that are coming out, where are they from mostly?
All over the world. We had some,
Wow.
I met some Irish today, some Brits. We have some Australians. We have people, from all over the country, California, North Carolina, met Arizona today, Colorado, you name it.
People are really coming out for this. These aren't just neighborhood people. This has now become an international story.
It's a pilgrimage. Yeah. I mean, like, people are all about this. So it's great to see. And tomorrow, I'm looking forward to meeting some more great people tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's the day we hear those words, not guilty.
Okay, well, you better bring some sunblock, because I don't think I can stand seeing you more sunburnt than you are, Aidan.
I know it's tough. I'm Irish. I'm not built for it.
You're like, I need to show everyone how Irish I am by embracing the sun. Really cool. I mean, it's good to see you in such good spirits. It feels like things are really progressing nicely. I'm excited. It seems like we've been following this case for so long now, and at the beginning it did seem sort of hopeless and like the corruption was going to win, but I don't know. I feel good about this, and I'm excited, and you can see the love people have for you and the appreciation, both in these videos and online in the comments and even in the chat here right now. Like, people really love and appreciate what you're doing, Aidan. So just keep it up.
Thank you.
And everybody follow Aidan at Twitter at Dr. Turtleboy. Go to TB Daily News for updates. And whose chat are we rating?
We're going to spam Keanu's chat, Bukkake.
Okay, we're going to spam Keanu's chat with Bukkake.
Stop saying it until she starts
Just
saying
keep saying Bukkake. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Dr. Turtleboy.
Thanks for having me, Chrissie.
Stay black. All right. Love you guys. Bye.